I got all.
Okay, Amy.
Okay. Pick a microphone. Whichever is your favorite.
Except for the ones on the other side.
Having choice paralysis. I want to be close to the laptop at the same time. I don't trust myself.
Yeah, it's got three.
It's not working.
Oh, it's not?
I chose wrong. Oh, wait. Okay, never mind.
We don't have like the cans to put on your ears either, unfortunately.
That's okay.
Or is that where? Actually, I'll get to that in a bit. But first of all, yes, welcome to Calgary. Like I was telling these guys here, my name is Mark. I'm going to be moderating your panel and all the other anime voice actors this weekend. So it's really great for you to kick us off. Why? Because Alex was supposed to be up here earlier, but he missed a flight or something. So you are actually the first anime voice actor of the weekend.
Oh wow.
So yeah. So
Real.
yeah, for sure. A big Calgary welcome for Sarah, everybody. I hope you have a question. Okay. Speaking of which, so let's chat a little bit first. So this is your first time in Calgary. Or have you been to Calgary before, or Western Canada?
I was here once before, last year.
Oh, last year. I wasn't working on it. Okay. Well, then did you do anything in Calgary last year that you can remember that you remember from anything else out of the convention itself?
Gosh, I can't. Last year was a blur. And I think a lot of conventions kind of blended into another.
Mm-hmm.
But I know every time I've come here, I've had a really good time. So
Thank you.
I'm looking forward for a new one.
So I'm glad to have you guys, you and us, everyone here too. But yeah, why don't we zero in and
The positive side to it because even though like I moved around and like lost a lot of people, I also met a lot of incredible people, and some of them I still keep in contact with today. So, but yeah, at some point I moved to New York, and in that high school there, I picked up theater and musicals and show choir, regular choir, everything to do on stage. And I thought it was just going to be a hobby. And I'd been carrying that into college as well. And I started taking acting courses just for the fun of it. I thought I was going to be doing art because I've been doing that since I was a kid. My whole body became like al dente noodles and I couldn't breathe. And he's like, hey, just go sit down. I'm like, okay. And I got back in it and I was perfectly fine. And I found out that 200 people auditioned that day and only 2 made it through, and it was me and Justin Briner. So I like to push that first and foremost, that if you ever want to get into doing voice acting, you definitely want to have acting underneath your belt, because that was the thing that got us both in. Yeah.
So you can say that you got the acting bug in high school, you think, or is it that something? Obviously, as an example, can you describe your audition experience for that?
Yeah. So one day we all got, well, not we all, a lot of people in the industry got the 4 main characters: Makima, Denji, Aki, and Power. Sorry, suddenly had a frog come up. And my options were Makima and Power, obviously, because I cannot go that deep. And I kind of just did a one and done for Makima, because I'm like, I felt like she didn't have like too much going on. Like, you just like do like a controlled kind of voice, and that was it. I'm like, oh. But for Power, I remember doing it a few times because I wasn't really sure if I was going in the right direction, and I read the manga, like just the parts where she came in the 2nd volume. So it turns out it's really hard to understand a character or the world around it if you just like, start at a random place where they start talking. I thought she was way more chaotic than she actually is. So my audition, I kind of went a little bit more psychotic with the reads just to play around with it. Yeah, like there's a scene where she talks about how she hates humans and cats, and I would be like, I hate humans. They all also hate devils, or like whatever it was, not cats, and I also hate devils too. It turned out to not be quite that intense, but I think it gave them enough of an idea of where it could go for her. And it of course had her doing her maniacal laugh at some point, so that was really fun. And I also I watched the trailer after I did a few takes of it, and I was like, okay, what am I worrying about? Just do it. You're on the right track. But I wasn't expecting anything because I knew that I was going up against a lot of people, because that audition was going out to LA and Dallas, so there's gonna be like thousands that they're gonna have to sort through. And Mike, the director of Chainsaw Man, go through all of them and then compile a list of like his top 3 picks and then send it to MAPPA for them to decide. And so that's how we came to be.
Cool. Well,
Rigorous auditioning process.
Yeah, it's never the same time. Never the same twice, right? I imagine.
No.
But I'll have another question for you, but I'm sure that a lot of people, these wonderful people, will have questions too. There happens to be a microphone. Sweet. Okay, well, I think we can go to questions now. So please, with the microphone, just go right up to it, and we'll just have your name first and then your question.
Hi, I'm Zane. Hi, I was just wondering, who do you think of all the other characters that you voiced would Power get along with the most?
Oof. I'm trying to think of somebody who could like meet her, you know, but also wouldn't instigate a problem too. Gosh, it's hard. I almost want to say Zeno, just because he's like probably the only one that could contain her if anything were to go down. He's the only one that could take her, but somebody that she might get along with. Let's see. Gosh, she hates everyone. Oh, there's a cat that I played. It's a really random role, but in Monster Hunter, I play a little cat named Floop, and I'm sure she would love him and not murder him because he's a cat.
Thank you.
Or find it tasty.
Yeah, he also talks, so there's that.
Your name and question.
Hi, I'm CJ.
Hi.
In your opinion, how likely would Power be on the most wanted list by the FBI?
Well, most wanted list. I feel like that's a hard thing to do, especially since they're in a specific division where like I think they're already being watched by them. But say that doesn't exist. I think she would almost certainly be on that, like immediately, like the first person that she murdered. Thank you. But hi.
Hello, my name is Harrison.
Hi.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I have a best friend who loves Chainsaw Man. So is it okay if I just like film a video for him, if that's fun?
Of what?
May you do the presence of power quote?
Presence of power.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm sorry. I get the Okay.
All right, on your knees, mortal scum, including so-called partners. You stand in the presence of power!
Power voice, something you feel that you have in a pocket somewhere you can just bring out, or is it?
Oh yeah, she's definitely the more gremlin side of me. And probably the laid part, or the laid out part of me too. Laid out. Laid back.
Way back.
Laid out. You know what that is.
Awesome.
I don't know what that is.
You have a
Hi,
question?
Victoria here. I know I'm missing a horn. It fell off. I'm sorry. What is your
You
like?
know what? I can't tell.
No, fair enough. Okay. What's
My
your
eyesight's
favorite part
amazing.
about playing Powers? Like, what do you really love bringing to the character? Like when you're in the booth and you're just like, I want to just let loose. Like, is there a lot of fun you can have with this character? And also, what is your favorite line? Unless you already said it earlier, I know that might have been it. Who knows?
No worries. Let me see if I can trill down that one. Let's see. I say, well, she's a really, really fun character. One of my favorite things is trying to be the most annoying person, and I feel like a really big part of her happens to be the annoying little sister, and I have at least 30 years of that under my belt, so might be overqualified, but yeah, I try to bring that energy. I was like, oh, everybody's dead now. What am I having for lunch?
Hey, my name Power's the kind of individual to commit tax fraud or arson in his spare time.
I feel like both. She's like, I didn't even know what taxes were.
She's literally.
I just know that people don't like them.
Fair enough. Well, thanks for your time.
My pleasure.
So there's obviously more room for more there. You mentioned before that you had, in dealing with your siblings, were you the kind of sibling that because of your voice work and your energy, you ended up being the winner of the fights, shall we say, between you and your siblings?
A winner of the fight? What do you mean?
Well, when you
Am I more successful than them?
Yeah, that's basically.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, when you're talking, you're trying to get along.
Well, so here's the thing. I am the youngest, and I only have one brother. And so, of course, I was a menace. But also, he was mean to me back. You know, he used to be so sweet to me. Like, he would bring everybody, like all of his friends around the block to come see me when I was born. And he'd be like, this is my little sister. You can look at her, but don't touch her. He was very protective. And they soundproof your area. And I think I put like 2 or 3 layers, and it gets really hot in there. But that is what I used for the pandemic, and I was doing Crunchyroll and all kinds of other things in that, so that was working out. And then I also use a Neumann TLM 103, which is kind of like that's like your standard microphone, but those ones do range to like $1,000. I had to spend so much money. But yeah. It's unfortunate, but yeah, if you invest in a good space, you will make that back eventually. But I know that there's another microphone called the Apogee, and I think that was like $100, and Crunchyroll was using that for the pandemic too, so that one can be used as well. But yeah, if you have any other specific questions, I'm always happy to help. Thank you. I'm sure a lot of that probably went over and was lost. It's a lot of information, I know.
Actually, if I may follow on to that. So, just for the record, I'm a local actor as well.
Yeah.
And I don't do voice.
The tournament, I made him say tournament. So he has like a really hard time understanding what this thing is. He's like, I want to see the tournament. Yeah. I think at some point he started to say it right, but yeah, it was so much fun. I looked like a psychopath.
Sweet, thank you.
My pleasure.
So that actually makes me think of a question here, because sometimes you're doing like more than. In fact, you're probably doing more. Are you given, like in the script you're given, do you know that you're doing the episode Dragon Ball Super, for example, episode 750 and episode 802, or whatever the difference is? Is that what are you given when you're doing multiple sessions?
So they have different scripts for them. Every episode has their own document. So it's gonna look like a, what do you call it? Like kind of like an Excel sheet. But yeah, they have different tabs, and they'll pull up the different scripts, and you can see the number at the very top, and so you'll know which episode it is. I think that answers that.
It's interesting. Well, it's all digital now. So,
Oh yeah, back in the day it was all on paper.
Yeah.
But saving the trees.
That's why I took my courses. Sorry, next question. Your name and question?
Hi, I'm Nick. I was wondering what your least favorite line over all your characters was.
My least favorite line. Do I even remember? You know, I feel like there is a line out there, but I don't know if I can say it, whatever it is. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't think of. I can tell you what character is my least favorite, though.
Okay.
It would be Kikyo Kushida from Classroom of the Elite. It's because she's acts so nice and is actually a terrible person on the inside, and I can't stand it. Every time I do a line for her, I'm like, oh, you suck! I can't believe I had to say that.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
It makes you think though, I mean, you're auditioning a lot, obviously, so are there times that you run into the, like, power aside, but are there times you run into a character and you go, I can do this?
Yeah.
And then, well, whether or not you get it, but then you obviously put all of yourself into the audition. Right? Are there times when you really read something, and is there a particular character maybe that you said, oh, I can do this?
Oh, I think there's been many times where I saw something, I'm like, that will be my character. I was like, I've decided that it is. I think that happened with a few, like, I think it was Cherry Blossom Cookie. She came in, I'm like, she will be mine. Okay. She's cute, I love her. And the same thing happened with Fu Xuan from Honkai Star Rail. I saw her, I'm like, she is also going to be mine. I've decided. And let's see. I think every time I get like little cute like girl characters, and especially if they're a little bit weird looking in some way, I'm like, I have a fair shot here. I can't think of anything specifically though. I'm sure it's happened though.
Sweet. Yeah, next question.
Hello again. First off, are you like allowed to talk about like behind the scenes stuff of going to conventions or?
Behind the scenes? What do you mean by it?
Like these sort of, because like I was wondering that like it's kind of you're one of the rare exceptions of a voice actor who showed up to Calgary Expo like 2 years in a row.
Oh.
So I'm wondering if there's any particular like reason behind that, or like or just if it's like, oh, that's a convention, let's head out.
I think for Fan Expo, specifically, I don't know if this is a Fan Expo too, but it is, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, okay. I was like, I'm looking both to my left and my right, guys, support me here.
Yeah.
I signed a contract that had me at several different expos, and it happened to be that I was already at this one and they were okay with having me back, so I was like, okay. I remember liking it here too. I just can't remember what happened, but I had fond memories. That's good.
Well, we're happy to have you back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
So, I mean,
Is Naru the one that had the bunny suit?
Yeah, the paper
That
power.
was so cool. No, oh my god, it's been so long. I haven't got it, but I mean, if you find a quote, I'm so happy to do it for you.
I got one.
Yeah, you
Who
do?
hurt my Yaku?
Convert my Yaku?
Who hurt my Yaku?
Oh, who hurt my Yaku? Well, let's see. What else? No, I can't. Okay, here's a funny thing though. There's another series, I can't remember what the name of it is, but I play this idol and she also gets inside of a bunny mech. And it's the second time I've had a character who does that. And I'm just waiting for the third.
The closest that comes to mind is Lily from Zombieland Saga, but
Oh yeah, she doesn't have a bunny mech. Yeah. I remember she's kind of got a little bit of Kikyo Kushida vibes because she like puts on her personality for an idol, but behind the scenes she's kind of just a terrible person. She treats everybody pretty rudely, but I think she changes a bit and becomes a lot better in the show. I just wish I knew what it was. I would recommend it, whatever it is.
So go Google it.
Yeah, I'll figure this out. I will.
awesome. What was that question?
Hi, nice to see you again. I put the door of forgetfulness there. You can't see it. Look at all you looked.
You try to jog your memory. While we're waiting for that, well, we're really happy that you're here. We hope you have a really great weekend here. Is there anything aside from the various expos here, have you done much much traveling? Is there a place you've been recently? Have you done any traveling recently?
Yeah, actually, I went to Hawaii for the first time at a Kauai Con.
Okay, nice.
It was so beautiful. I brought my mom with me, and I think we were on, what was it? We were on Honolulu. On Honolulu. We're in Honolulu. And we weren't there for very long, but we got to go check out a botanical garden and took a boat ride along Kalola Bay.
Someone guilty.
I do not talk to the mangaka. I don't think I've even met him before, or any of them for that matter. They like to stay in Japan, and I get that. Oh gosh, okay, I forgot the second part of that question. What was it? Did you forget the second part too?
Do you get to suggest stuff to the script or improv anything?
Oh, it depends on what show I'm doing. If I'm doing a comedy, I might be able to interject like a lot and kind of change up what's there. For instance, Mariko-chan, if you haven't seen or heard of it before, it is so funny. It's a horror comedy, and it's about a high school girl who can suddenly and unfortunately see ghosts, and I play her best friend Hana, who does not see any of that, and she lives her best life, and she is so funny. I put so many improv moments in there, and yeah, it's great. You should definitely check it out. And then for Chainsaw Man, we couldn't do too much. We couldn't really change up the script all that much, but we could like do our own takes of things. Like for instance, I know that Ryan did his little yays thing. Like that wasn't. I don't think anyone's prepared for that. And then I think there was one thing that I did change though, because there's a moment after Power kills the sea cucumber devil that she starts to put Denji under the bus and saying like it was his fault, he told me to do it. And Makima's like, hey, can you shut up? And she says, you know, like, yes, I can. But in the script, somebody had put, yes, sorry. And I was like, I read the manga. She's never apologized to anyone. Not once. Especially not to Makima. So I'm like, I think we need to change this one. And oh, there's also a scene in the Eternity Devil arc where she starts laughing after Kobani tells her heartfelt story, heartbreaking story, not heartfelt, and she just starts laughing hysterically. And oh gosh, I forget his name, but he's like, "Stop laughing! It's not funny!" And she's like, "Yes, it is." Originally, it was scripted for her to be like. Just laughing, and then saying, yes, it is. But I'm like, wait, I see there's a pump in the middle there. Can I put it is in the middle of it? And then I have her going like, yes, it is. You know? So like just adding a little bit more because you can see her like throw her head back too. So we can do like tiny things like that, but not changing up the script very much.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Right. Yeah, the last question before that. Just interjecting here one more time to say that for anyone who had other questions or who
All right, on your knees, mortal scum, including so-called partners. You stand in the presence of power!
The bottom left. Secretary.
To be